Okay, so it's another time with Tech Minion. So yeah, I would be live streaming this, but there's this kind of thing of where there's a 1,000 limit, 1,000 person subscription per thing, whatever. You have to have 1,000 subscribers. Anyway, moving on. Going up to pick Vixen up from her job and then go get food for tonight. So it's just kind of a normal everyday Friday, combined with, well, idiots shooting off fireworks, COVID stuff being lifted for one asinine reason or another that I have never bloody understood. So it's whatever. Work's been interesting. Got about another week to work from home after this. And then it's, oh dear God, we all have to go into the office. So you'll get to see a couple more of those drives. And all in good time. Let's see. But yeah. In personal news, Vixen and I are writing a story, so we'll get all that taken care of and good to go, and maybe you guys will read it if you want to, maybe you won't, who knows. We'll see what happens. Updates on the attic. Still working on insulation. Electrical's almost all done except when I expand it. So that'll be kind of what we're dealing with. Now, I kind of wish I had done a lot more of this when I was working cable. It would have made more sense. Driving from place to place and all that good stuff. Now it's just, oh, Techman, you're driving the same places all the time. Nobody cares. It's not as fantastical as the people who are playing games that get to go pew-pew against you. That's fine. I don't care. I'll probably do some of that. That'll be Twitch stream under the handle Fubs Batman. I'll see if I'll put in it. I might put a description and a link to it below. So we'll do all that. There's not really much exciting going on in my life. Besides the ones that you guys saw when I had to go through police blockades. So, yeah, this is mostly boring. Whoop-de-doo. So on the side note of random things going off with the world, for most of you, if you probably don't know, yes, I'm going to spout things off of what I hear on the news, since there's nothing really that exciting in talking of tech right now. At least from what I've researched, it's mostly just been work stuff. As you know, Vixen's a big advocate for the trans community. So, Trump has tried to go through and dismantle everything involving the trans community in the ACA, and now he's gone for the ACA itself. For those of you who want to call it a certain way, it's Obamacare, y'all. Yes, I'm making fun of most of those people who believe that, because I've found that 90% of them talk with an accent. And our Lord Jesus will save us. Okay, first off, for those of you who think that a mask will not save you, will cause more problems, and that Jesus' blood will save you, having been born a Methodist, I can tell you that that means absolute horseshit. I could give you my personal opinions on God, religion, and all that, but I probably would have no followers after that besides anybody who's an atheist, because I tend to get rather vulgar about my opinions. Mostly because having personally experienced it, to where no matter how much you pray, it only works out for you if you do any work. So yes, you could pray for good fortune, you could do all that. Oh hey, I said I wasn't going to go on a rant about this, and I'm doing it anyway. Well, I'll try and keep polite. Anyway, back to the rant. You can pray, you can do everything you want to, but it comes down to that old adage of God helps those who help themselves. And if you're sitting there and waiting for your God to give you some better luck at something happening, yeah, congratulations. Whatever religion you believe in, as long as it doesn't kill people for the fact that they don't believe in your specific style of deity, you do you. But when you start quoting certain things that aren't even in there, or you try and use some level of freaking excuse, congratulations, you're going to piss somebody like me off. Because I will quote the Bible against you. And I'll state this again, as I've stated in other things. As a Christian, a fundamentalist Christian, do not quote the Torah and then say you hate the Jewish community. Now, to specify, the Jewish community does not mean the Zionists over in Israel. The Jewish community means the Jewish community as a whole, which could be your Reformed Jewish community, your Jewish people that hate the fact that Israel's being an oppressive bunch of jackasses. Yes, you're a Zionist and you don't like me saying that, tough luck. Because I am sorry. If you are going to sit there and say, I want to take back all of Israel, don't do it by force. Something was not ordained to you by manifest destiny. So, please, you start to commit acts of hatred or acts of violence against other people, it doesn't matter how entitled you feel. In a connection to that, this works for you too, cops. You are not entitled with God-given power over your fellow man. It's kind of the same issue that people have when the whole slavery subject comes up. Slavery is wrong. Oppressing African American communities is wrong. Oppressing trans communities is wrong. You can do a lot more by just talking to somebody, figuring out the issue, and all of that. So, there's a lot of ways to do things. Be kind to each other, and even though you may not always get the best outcome, it's a hell of a lot better and will make you feel a lot better than going out and beating the crap out of somebody. Of course, anybody who goes out and beats the crap out of somebody for no reason or rapes somebody just because they can will just piss me off, and I don't even want to know you. That's beside the point. Doesn't really affect this rant, but I'm going off on random tangents. Go me. But anyway, for all those people who want to tear down the Confederate statues because they're symbols of hate, good. Do it. Please. To quote John Stewart, they were put up during Jim Crow era, not during the Civil War. They were symbols of oppression. That's all they are. Tear them down, light them on fire, push them into a river. I frankly don't care. The South lost. And all of you trying to reinvigorate the cause, the lost cause, or what the hell you all call it, is stupid. Y'all have your head so far up your ass, you don't know what you're doing with it. And people ask, well, how do you know that, Tech Minion? I lived in Virginia for long enough. I got to see the crap. I lived in Richmond. So shout out to the Antifa people down there. Keep kicking ass, keep taking names, keep fighting the fight that needs to be fought. Same to you, Black Lives Matter. Same to you, Trans Lives Matter. All who are down there. I don't care, you white supremacists that think that you are above everybody else. Congratulations, you're not. You still have to walk through the same shit. You just have a better chance of not being arrested or oppressed, which shouldn't be a big factor in the first place. Why do people need to oppress others just to make themselves feel better? Well, I don't know, Deckman. Is it because they were hit too much by their parents? Possibly. Yes, they might have possibly been hit too much by their parents. I don't know what made them into a raging asshole who thinks that the white man is better than everybody else. Congratulations, you have power. Use it for good. But we have to protect all the people who can't protect themselves. Okay. Then how about you let certain people do certain jobs so you're not completely overloaded, exhausted, and acting like a royal asshole more than you already are? Because seriously, cops, going back to you, if you are fulfilling quotas for tickets, come on. I understand you need to keep up your funding. I get it. But some of this shit is really fucking stupid. Some of the tickets are really, really, really dumb. Protect and serve means that you're supposed to protect the community and serve the people. For example, you help the broken down car on the highway. You help the old grandma cross the street. You help the people who have fallen. You help those people in the community who cannot help themselves. That is what you do. That is what your job is. Preventing crimes, the easiest way to do all of that is that you make sure that people are lifted up out of the situations they're in. You see somebody who's having a drug overdose. You help them. You help them get out of the situation. Jail is not going to solve that. They have a problem. And getting them farther into debt by taking them to jail is not going to solve a damn thing. For people who like alcohol, congratulations. They like alcohol. They have an addiction. They have a problem. Get them treatment. And hopefully you've stopped them before they hurt or kill somebody. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a goddamn technician when it comes to computers. I don't know enough about laws and all that good shit, but hey, whatever. I have a personal opinion. Oh yeah, for all you white, I guess you would call them Karens. Yes, people have to put a label on it. Oh, she's a Karen who called the police on a black person. Yeah, they're just giving a nice little label that's easy for them to handle. Meaning everybody who talks about a quote-unquote Karen. Number one, if you are calling the cops for an asinine freaking reason, number one, you shouldn't be doing that. The person isn't doing anything wrong. If you're suspicious, go up and talk to them. If you're too afraid to do that, a person walking around quote-unquote suspiciously is not your judgment call to make. You don't know the situation. You don't know that they could be running into a problem themselves. The last thing that they may potentially need is something bad going on. And the fact that you do it consistently to the African American community tends to piss people off and not have them trust you. Because you're a racist person. Number 2. Yes, I'm going to defend the cops for a little bit here. Sue me. Or don't. I kid. The cops do not need to be the catch-all for everything. Well, that just happened. Again, cops do not need to be the catch-all for all the problems. It is not their job. They have plenty of other crap to do. They do not need to do all of it. So, when people say defund the police, yes, this is where I'm going with it. That means, police officers, you will have to do less. You should be saying, oh dear God, please, community, do this for us. Let us have to do less. Let us have to not go out for the calls for the mental health patients that our first go-to is to get them on the ground when they start trying to do something to us. There are people who will willingly be paid to put themselves in harm's way, no matter what potential kind of weapon the person has on them, within reason. Because that is what they are trained to do. You are trained to arrest quote-unquote criminals. You are trained to pursue people. That is your job. Your job is not generally to talk down somebody from hurting themselves or others unless you are, remember, a negotiator. That is their job. That is not your job. Everybody has their specific position. Everybody needs to learn it. Anyway, I'll get back to this with opinions from Vixen, so I'll be back later. Anyway, see you soon.